Okay, 3, 2. What up, y'all? This is Ladies with KeKe. My name is Dana B.
I am Cassie J. I think I hit record already.
I saw. All right, y'all. So, Real Housewives of Atlanta is
back.
Today we're going to review the season 13, episode 1, No Justice,
No Peace.
No Justice,
No Peace.
Yeah. I will say that this was a boring episode.
I expected that from the first episode.
I liked it. Potomac, I needed something mellow.
After Potomac, this was a warm welcome.
I mean, I will say I hope that it does get a little, this is what I'm nervous about Housewives of Atlanta. I hope this whole season is not Strippergate.
Right. Just like how we had to deal with the fight the whole time with Potomac. I don't want to talk about
entire season.
I don't want to talk about the stripper thing. And I don't want to talk about Kenya and her divorce like the whole season. Like we talked about Kenya and her marriage like the whole season last year.
Well, you already know.
I don't want to do it.
That's a story. You already know that's a storyline.
No ma'am, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
A lot of these things that I saw coming up for this season, it's like stuff we already saw on social media.
Like especially with Portia.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh God, I hope it's something else that
we'll see. We'll see.
So
we'll be here for it.
I hope.
We'll be here. Thank you. Okay.
Nevertheless, so it starts off, all the ladies have their first interviews and they talked about the pandemic and the social injustice and basically how the world stopped.
Because of COVID.
Right, because of COVID, because of the George Floyd and the Breonna Taylor situation. And so they're now recording for the show, and that's how it starts off, with just like, everyone talking about how the pandemic affected their lives.
And that was an interesting way, because this is the first time, of course, we're dealing with this like a pandemic. And this was like, for me, this was like the first show that we have done where they're filming during this time, and like, I guess you would say the height of it. So, it's like there's no way for us to do this show without addressing what's going on in the climate of our society right now. And you seen where Candy got emotional because she's like, I have a son, and to see what happened to George Floyd, it's like, that could be my son one day. Like, I don't want to think about that, but it's just like, this is the reality of the world that we live in. We're not safe anywhere. Like, we're not. And it's a sensitive subject, and but it's our reality. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So Candy goes to Cynthia's house, and then it was cute. They had a lunch, but it was outside in her driveway. And yes, I mean, Lake Bailey, that's a gorgeous house. Honestly, I want a house with a lake or some type of water presence.
A pond.
There. Her house is gorgeous. So hopefully she never sells it.
I don't see her selling it.
A little river. Nah, I feel like that would be her house in Atlanta.
Yeah, I see that.
Thinking about.
I think because she wants her independence, like she's not going to.
Yeah, plus the house is perfect. It's gorgeous. So we'll see. Hopefully she stays there. We'll see though. So Marlo comes.
Girl.
Marlo's doing the most.
Girl.
Okay. Marlo comes with her thermometer.
She is like,
make sure everyone's 6 feet
let
apart.
Me check you.
Knowing dang on well that everyone got COVID test before they started
filming.
You doing the most, Marlo, but I guess she needs to bring
this
something.
Is Marlo though. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah. While they're having their lunch, they did call Kenya, and Cynthia was saying how Kenya seemed rather depressed lately, but on the phone.
When she answered, she was happy.
Well, I feel like what Kenya kind of some bullshit with that because she was like, "Oh my God, your poor connection, your poor connection."
Mm-hmm. It threw me
girl.
off when they was,
You said you didn't want to
talking
talk.
about how depressed she had kind of seemed, and she was like, "Well, let's call her and check on her." And then she's like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" I was like, "And they, where's the depression at?"
Well, they not everyone's
She's
going to
always
show.
been image conscious,
Right.
and it just kind of led into
don't want to talk right now. I'll talk to you later. She's gonna say, "Oh my God, poor connection." I'm gonna use that on somebody.
Oh, I don't have to. Sprint is poor connection. It's not an excuse.
We know with you because you drop calls.
Sprint will just cut you.
Business. And you know what's so funny? You be like, "Oh, I didn't drop the call." No, yes, you did. You dropped the call.
But when I say I didn't drop the call, I mean like I did not hang up on you intentionally. Mm-hmm. Sprint said, "This is a bad conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and end it for you, girl. Let me wrap this up for you."
Well, y'all got 1 more minute to wrap this up. All right. That's Sprint for you. So the next scene, we do see Kenya is on her way to see an attorney. And then she talks about where her and Mark are, talking about the divorce. Mark is still rude as hell.
30 pounds.
She did. Bless her heart. I know how hard it is.
She's depressed.
Yeah, not only is she stuck in the house, but you're in a really toxic relationship.
Yes.
And so that's like adding more.
Doesn't have support.
No, she really does. I feel bad. You know, I don't want to start this. I do not want to start.
Don't want to start off like this.
I do not want to start off.
I do feel bad for the situation she's in because no one, like we said last season, no one deserves to be that unhappy and to be in that situation. However, you have to get to a point where you're like, enough is enough and I want out. And you got to make the decision. And unfortunately, no one can make the decision for you.
You're right. This is what I don't want to do this season.
Let's talk about this.
Well, we already gonna have to because that's her whole storyline again.
Like I said, I don't want to talk about it over and over and over.
Because I remember last season, it started off the whole woe is me with Mark. And I remember myself was like, I feel so bad for Kenya.
We did.
Oh my God, like she's going through this. That man don't deserve her. Da, da, da. But then Kenya always shows her ass and makes me regret feeling sorry for her in the beginning. So I ain't doing it this year. That's it. This is the situation with Mark. It's going to be her storyline. And I'm going to shut up because I feel in my spirit she's going to show her ass again. And that all this anger, I feel like it's like the disappointment and anger and hurt that she's feeling because of Mark. She spews it on the other ladies.
And you notice they did that clip when she went to the lawyer and she was talking about how she's a great communicator, but then it showed her flipping out on everybody else. And it's like, but you don't have that same energy for your marriage and your husband, who's apparently the most disrespectful person in your life. That is why I agree with you on the sense of I don't want to spend a lot of time, and people are gonna be like, but y'all talking about her now. I don't want to spend a lot of time this season talking about it because it's like we did spend a lot of time last season talking about it because it was her storyline. And then it's like, it was seeming like you were moving on from it. Like you were like, I'm done. I'm going to do better for myself. But here we are again. And it's like, even at that point at the lawyer's office, it was like the lawyer's like, here are your options. We can do this or do this. So we can ensure that you have, custody of your daughter, but you don't deny him visitations. Which one do you want to do? And she still was like, I need to go home and think about it. I mean, sweetheart, what is that, a sweetheart?
All I'm saying is I'm saving my sympathy card for Kenya Moore. That's all I'm saying. It may be later on this season, she's not going to be a complete.
I'm going to save it for the reunion.
Bitch to everybody. If she's not that, then I'm like, you know what, Kenya, I do see the change in you.
Save it for the reunion.
Just save it for the reunion. That's it. She's going to be the same conniving, provoking bitch because her life is miserable. And then she's going to basically spew this on people like Tanya or someone that doesn't deserve it. So I'm going to save my sympathy card for Kenya and we'll see how this plays out. because I ain't doing that what I did last year. Last year I was like, oh my God, Kenya. Oh my
My
God.
heart goes out to you.
Yes. Oh, why can't you just find love? Kenya. Like, I'm not doing that this year. So yeah, moving right along. Portia, we see Portia and her protest. She's
She's
going
in
to
Kentucky protesting for
she's doing her thing with that, which we've seen on social media. Her being really on the front line, especially for Breonna Taylor. She was
I was
she was
so
doing a lot
proud
of
of her for
protests
that.
with I think Tamika Mallory, Yandy Smith. They had their whole situation where they were protesting for Breonna Taylor, and then it just she reflects on what her grandfather did.
Yes.
Grandfather is Hosea Williams, I believe his name is. Is it Jose?
Jose.
Okay. Yes, he was a civil rights leader. So, I'm very proud of
She's
the
grown.
journey. Yes.
She
From her.
They played that clip
of that
like, where's the conductor? I mean, there's a train, so it has to be.
It's like, where's the opening for it? It's like, huh? So she's come a long way. And honestly, I commend Portia for that.
I'm glad she realized that she needed to educate herself. She acknowledged that I was very ignorant to a lot of things and I needed to educate myself because it doesn't look good for my grandfather to be who he was and for me to be the granddaughter and I'm not carrying his legacy the way I should have. And I have a child now and I have to leave a legacy for her and I'm doing this with my child. So, they say that, having a child changes a person. So we see that with her.
I will say I like Portia when she first came, maybe because she was just
so out there.
She was a box of rocks.
No.
But she slowly and steadily matured from the whole situation with Cordell and like she evolved in front of us. And so she evolved into a beautiful butterfly. So I'm happy for Portia.
She really did. She did.
So Riley is prepping for college. They were
cleaning her car.
They were washing. Well, Todd was washing her car.
Washing the car.
She was standing there watching. Hey, honestly, I would do the same thing. I'm gonna just sit here and spend time with you.
But she said that she would have paid for somebody to wash it if they would have just let her. Well, AKA mama pay.
Either way, Riley was not washing her own car.
I'm with Riley. I don't wash my car.
I will say this: I tried to wash my car one time. Never again. That shit is tiresome as hell.
You're talking about this SUV?
This is when I had my Ford Explorer.
So that's the SUV.
SUV.
Girl,
not my little Honda CRV thing out there.
I'm not washing that neither.
True, but it's like it was huge, and I washed it with my dad. At that, I'm like, never again.
Nope, I don't wash the car.
So while they were talking about college, Riley told me she needs an allowance, and her mom was like, "Well, I'm already paying
real tight
for this. Yeah, I'm already paying for your college, so you ain't getting too much of an allowance because most of my money comes going there." And then it brings up, well, your father is behind on child support, so he should be helping you through college.
Yeah, that whole conversation says that Block should be paying for it then. Like, she's like, well, he owed me some money, so let him give me the money then, since you're trying to, cut into my stash. So she was like, well, I filed the paperwork. We're moving forward with it. And it was a very interesting conversation when she made the comment, okay, so if we do move forward with this whole child support and trying to get the back child support, how do you feel about establishing a relationship with your dad? And when Riley was like, I just want him to cut the check. Like, essentially is what she's saying. Like, it's too little too late. I don't really need a relationship with him. I have enough male figures in my life. I don't need him for that. I just need you to pay me what you owe me because I'm grown at this point. Candy's view on it is kind of like, Well, it's not really fair, I guess, for him to write you a check and then you don't want nothing to do with him.
Right.
I get where Candy's coming from. However, I get, as a child who personally has experienced this, it's hard to try to develop a relationship with a grown child. You had years to do this. Why is it now up to the child to have to develop this relationship with you just because now you're being forced by the courts to do something that you should have been doing all along? Just give me my money.
Right.
And I agree with Todd when Todd said he has to put in a lot of effort to make that work. If that's what he wants, it should not be on Riley to have to put in 90%, 80%, 70% to make this relationship work. You need to put in the 70%, and then she can meet you 30.
Right.
And then we can get to a 50-50 at some point. But if you're not even willing to initially put in that, well, I'm the child. You're the adult. But when Candy said that he was calling her a broke bitch,
yeah.
You owe me this money for a child that I have raised at this point. What do you mean?
Right. It's like, because I'm asking for money. It's like, well, did you help take care of your child financially? I mean, obviously you didn't do it being there, but financially, question is, do you have it? And if I'm such a broke bitch, why am I asking you for something that you were supposed to give me all along? If I'm such a broke bitch, I shouldn't have to ask for anything.
If you riding around in Bentleys, apparently you have money.
Yeah.
You got like 4 or 5 other kids. So he might be a little hard up on some.
Well, you never know, because only because he's riding around in Bentley don't mean it's his. It could be leased. You know,
that's what I'm about to say. You know, in Atlanta, they do lease some exotic cars.
Everybody riding like big timers in Atlanta. But that's neither here nor there. Atlanta people don't come for us. Y'all know.
I mean, yeah, don't get mad at us now.
Y'all know y'all people. Y'all know. Don't act brand new. Y'all know. Charlotte's only 4 hours. 4 hours from Atlanta. Y'all know.
We don't been down there a time or two.
What you just said. So let's see. Cynthia and Candy go to Kenya's house, and Kenya shows that she's building a pool in the back. So that's under construction. And she shares her issues with Mark. Same old. Blah blah blah. I did
like that she was doing something for her, despite how Mark would feel about it. I did like that much of it, because she was like, now the only thing about it is, if you're going to follow all the way through with it, keep that same energy that you're doing with this whole pool thing. It was like, I don't really care that he's not going to like it. He didn't want me to do this before, but I'm going to do this because I want a pool. He's not here.
My thing is, it's your house.
Thank you.
If he really wanted to say so for what's in the house, then y'all should have gotten a joint house together. You know what I mean? Because it still feels like Kenya's house. It's Kenya's house. She said it herself, it's my house. I paid for it.
You're not telling me how to run my house, and especially when you are not.
You're not living here. You visit.
You barely visit.
So you don't live here.
Because you see when Candy was like, you're telling me all this stuff that you're doing to meet him halfway. You're going up there. You're taking the baby. You're packing. Have you ever packed up a child? You know how much work it is to pack a child?
They stayed at a hotel. She said they stayed at a hotel in New York.
Does he not have a house?
You got an apartment, little condo, townhome. What's called a brownstone? He got a brownstone.
Something.
You stayed in a hotel? That's weird to me. If I'm married to a man, I go to New York where you live, and I stay in a hotel. But again, that So yeah, that was what else? She sentence. Kenny said that she doesn't. I'm trying to read my dang on notes. Hold on. She says that they both Cynthia and Candy think that Kenya deserves better and to be happy, which we know.
We've said it before.
Okay, next. Because it's the same old, same old. Just, you know what y'all need to do? Anything that's going on with Kenya, watch our old reviews because it's the same thing that we're going to say again.
I wish we could insert a clip and just.
Yeah, we need to work on our editing because that's what we need
and
to
just
do.
insert the clip and let it just play.
Boom. Because honestly, I was hoping that she was going to say her and Mark are in a great place and we see her happy. I do want to see her happy.
She said that at one point at the reunion. I think that's
what reunion trying to get back at somebody, probably lying. Well, she said that we're in a good place right now. What was that for 2 minutes? And then y'all go, he's back being an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm sorry. Even that's crazy. We don't even see him on the screen. Or truthfully, maybe because that's what
he didn't want to be on the screen.
That's her perception of him. So we really don't know.
I mean, what we see on the screen, he was an asshole.
But either way, he's a
true. He was on there last season a little bit, and what we seen of him.
True. Okay. So I'll take back what I just said. Never mind. We're gonna move on.
Right.
So let's see. Cynthia and Mike, they talk about the wedding. Now this part, I don't ever want to be that girl. So due to the quarantine, the governor says that there's no gathering large gathering 50 people. Mm-hmm. But Cynthia and Mike, their guest list is over 250 people. Mm-hmm. Cynthia wants a big wedding. She said, I want my happily ever after. My last wedding basically was a shit show. And this one, I want it done right. And I want to see a whole bunch of people. I want everyone to see my happiness. I don't understand that.
You don't understand what?
The fact that why is she so pressed? Like she's like a bridezilla a little bit. It's like I have a little temper tantrum.
Do you not remember last season when she was talking about how thirsty she was for this man?
Right, to get married, but it's like, why do you need the wedding?
That's a part of the thirst.
Man. Well, I think that's stupid. That's for me. That's stupid. I'm with Mike. We can go ahead and get eloped. You got the man. Bump everyone out because last time I checked, everyone was at your last wedding. They saw how that one turned out. So now you want to be like, oh, look, guys, I did it better now or something.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand. For one, you have to pay per plate for everybody. Fuck y'all.
A wedding is a party for me to pay for y'all to see me tell the man that I love that I want to commit to him for the rest of my life. That is what a wedding is.
And that's why
I want y'all to party with me. That is what a wedding is.
I'm basically paying y'all to celebrate.
To come and watch me, to be with me.
Love. Well, when I say it like that, that sounds nice. However,
no, that's why I didn't say it like that. You said it all cute and sweet. That's why I said it. You said it sweet like.
However, me myself personally, if I was Miss Cynthia Bailey, we're gonna elope. We're gonna have a nice little
destination.
Small gathering of 10 people, videotape it, and send it out to social media. Boom.
I'm about to say, people. Can it be 10? No, it probably need to be more than 10 because I mean, you got, what, 3 daughters or 2?
He got 2 daughters. She has
one, so that's 3. You got your mama,
her sister.
Do he got siblings?
Let's say there's 3 more people that could come. That's it. For me. Now, hey, some people, they want the big weddings. I've been a part of 2 big weddings and I hated it. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to plan a wedding.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not doing that.
That's why you hire somebody.
I would have to be rich.
That's another bill to hire somebody to plan a party for you to come.
$1,000 for a wedding. I would rather pay $25,000 to go to Bora Bora. That's where my money's going to. And I'm having to take a whole bunch of pictures and then we come back and I'm gonna put it on a big old projector and y'all can see the experience.
I was about to say that. I said what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go somewhere and then I'm gonna rent out like a restaurant somewhere. You know, you can rent out the little And then I was like, hey, listen, I'm not paying for y'all food at this restaurant now. If you want to come and eat, then you can come and eat. You're going to pay for your plate at this restaurant, but I'm not paying for the food. Just FYI.
I'm more of a, we're going to have a little cookout.
I mean, I might want to go and get me some steak somewhere. So I go somewhere where I want to get the steak from. If y'all want to come and eat with us, you can come and eat.
Y'all can do that. I won't be too ghetto and make you hot hamburgers and hot dogs. However, it's going to be a nice little cookout with some barbecue.
I'm not cooking. I'm letting the people in the back cook.
Oh, I ain't going to cook nothing.
At the steakhouse.
But yeah, we going back and forth about nothing. But
this is what we do.
But you know, I swear we could just keep on going.
Just tangent.
But yeah, so Cynthia's having a little big old having a little tiff because she wants the big wedding. Micah's like, who gives?
Am I not enough?
Big wedding? Exactly. Like we could just get a little here. Like who cares? Why do you need 250 people, especially during a pandemic? That's irrelevant. But that was their little situation because Cynthia wants it all. She wants her man. She wants the people there. She wants a big old wedding. She don't care how it gets done, but it's going to get done.
As long as it gets done.
That's all that matters.
Get her done.
Portia, let's see. Portia gets arrested in Kentucky.
Yes.
Candy shows her, she's in development of her new
steakhouse
restaurant. And then they talk about.
So listen, Todd and Candy is going to open up a business every season, okay? They're going to open up a business. They're going to have some kind of business venture, whether it's a play, a tour, a restaurant, a sex toy line. They are acting. Candy was in a show last week. They are going to be doing some kind of business move every season, and I'm not mad at her.
I'm not mad at her either because Candy does this Real Housewives things right. She doesn't make up
fake drama
just to have a storyline. No, she really has, these businesses are really coming into fruition, and she uses this show as basically a commercial for all of it.
Look, we got bedroom Candy. She had a podcast. She had the tag boutique.
Candy Coded Night.
I
remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
She don't have her spinoff shows.
Yeah.
Still has the Candy Factory, I do believe. I don't know what they're doing with it necessarily, but she still has it. She did the escape thing. They went on tour. They got back together. If it wasn't for Candy and Tiny having them shows, I do not believe that would have came back. I'm gonna just be honest. I just don't believe that would have happened the way it happened. We know she did the sex dungeon thing. She had to play
the
OLG gang restaurant.
She did the Masked Singer.
She did the Masked Singer.
Couldn't tell nobody that she was on, but still.
I don't understand why they know that was her, but that's
because it's a mask. So the only way that you know is if they reveal the mask. If you either you don't make it, but she made it all the way because she won the season. She did Big Brother.
They couldn't hear her.
Big Brother. Miss Candy is working.
She did do Big Brother. Wait, they couldn't hear her on the Masked Singer. Didn't she sing?
No, they couldn't see her.
But didn't she sing?
She sang, but they can't see her because she's under.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't tell by her.
Yeah, you could tell. That season I didn't watch, but I saw clips and I was like, that is so Candy.
That's what I was saying. Candy. You can't tell that's.
Well, some people are not familiar with her, but
you're right.
You know,
you're absolutely right.
At the end of the day, she's a hustler and she getting her money and
she gets all the coins
of Atlanta right. She's doing it right.
Nene did it right for a second and then she got too big of herself. I think that's why Candy is good.
Because after Nene did The Apprentice, remember a Trump check. Remember that right there?
Right. I was cashing a Donald Trump check.
Yes. She started doing other things and then she got bigger and bigger headed.
She did.
And then
as her success went up, her head grew too.
she's not that likable. She's not likable enough for people to want to mess with her, unfortunately.
She's not humble enough for people to want to.
She's humbling. Trust me, they're making her humble.
She's humble now.
She slices a humble pie. Because you saw her. Did you see her little show that she was trying to do?
I heard about it.
It was terrible. It was like Real Housewives taglines, but with like her and 3 gay guys, and they did this little thing as they introduced each other. It's like me saying, "What up, y'all? My name is Dana B," and then I pass it off to you. It was really weird. It was really weird. But she said that was the run, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out for you, Nene.
Oh,
you know I love me some Nene, but
I know you do.
I'm glad she's not on the show this season. I'm glad it's not the whole.
It's already a different energy without her being there already.
Yes, it probably will be boring this season. Nene does.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
But nevertheless, that's all. And then Portia was released from jail, and she talked.
Yeah, she was in there 16 hours.
Right. So that was that on this episode. It was pretty flat. We didn't meet no new people yet. We didn't meet
Drew Sidora has not come on here yet. She's the only new person that I know. Drew Sidora's the only one new.
She's the one that has a peach. Now Latoya, she's just going to be a friend of the show, but Drew has a peach, and I'm not really excited to get to know Drew. I'm sorry.
No shade, but when I seen Drew Sidora was coming, I was like, I mean, I remember her being on a couple of shows.
I remember on The Game. That's about it.
That's the biggest one. But she was in some movies because I watch a lot of, Black movies, and I've seen her in a lot of movies. So I was just kind of like, she's kind of like an Eva.
Oh.
She's like B-list Black famous.
B list or D list? All I did was ask a question. I just need clarity. That B is in boy or D is in David? She damn sure.
D is in David.
She ain't no B.
And Drew Sidora.
Yeah, D more like it.
I can't. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Dang on well, if you was in Walmart, she walked past, you wouldn't do nothing. You wouldn't even notice that damn girl. All right then. I feel like Candy is D-list.
Listen.
B-list. Sorry, B-list.
I was about to say, get that B as in billionaire.
Yeah, Candy is B-list. Like, woo. I would notice Candy. I would ask for her autograph.
I sure would. I'm like, can I get a picture, please?
Other girl, I'd be like, I like your outfit.
I don't want to talk to you no more.
Yo, that's fine.
But that's on Dana, y'all. Everybody say goodbye to Dana.
We got another review to do because you're about to see me again. So keep that same energy.
Say bye to Dana, everybody. See her on the next call.
Yeah, that's all we got, y'all. Until next time. Bye, y'all.